Good morning. I am gonna find my safety glasses on the table here and do something about these screws that are protruding inside the case here where they're gonna catch people. There's these three, and then on the lid on this side there's this lip here, so it is hard for me to reach. So there's only one screw on this side. So for that, it's time for Dremel, which means safety glasses. I have these thick grinding and cutting discs. This one's not fiber reinforced though, so I'm gonna have to be more careful with it. So, get those trimmed off. And I found two of the three. Oh, there's the third one. Alright. I think just go. Well, that wasn't very smart. I should have known that would be very, very hot since it's so tiny and I just ground it off. But you know, it's easy to forget to do smart stuff like that when you're making a tiny project at home. So those are actually pretty smooth, so I don't know that I'll get another grinding bit out and do more on that. There. Those didn't come off as easily though, so. Switch bits here. There. That should do the trick. There. That's better. Switch back to our cutoff. There. Cool. That's all settled, which means we're ready to actually put this machine back in the case, and this will be done. So, let's see. Set that aside. Pull this back over here. And we've got the two hinges that support the machine and the 4 screws. And then this is the latch from the front of the case that holds the machine down a little bit. So, start with these hinges. And because these going right back in the same hole, I can thread the screws in by hand for a minute, and they will set in there. Switch for this little ratchet handle. I'm sure I talked about Andy Tube before, but he has a ton of back videos about stuff. He hasn't been real active recently because he's got some health issues, but lots of old Singer machines because he works pretty much exclusively with them. But this tool is one he recommended, and it's been real slick for machines just because it's got this low profile on it, and ratcheting, and the bits are the right little selection of bits for most machines. So I just have it tossed in my sewing machine stuff so that when I need to take the plate off my machine to clean it, the sole plate, or if I need to do anything else, I just have this convenient, correctly sized ratchet for everything. And it's even better than the screwdrivers that come with the machine, because usually those are too long to actually reach in under the head of the machine and fit into the screws on the sole plate or bed plate, or I forget. I don't remember what it's called. There. Those are in, and grab a machine. Well, the machine, not any old machine. I'm used to saying a machine just because when I used to do this a lot, way back when, I'd have a pile of sewing machines sitting around. But oh, come on. There. So, the nice thing is, if you set this up like that on the edge of the case, then you can just lift each corner and stick the pin into from the screwdriver, or I mean from the hinge into the thing, and then that shoulder on the hinge should be long enough that if I tighten these screws right now, they'll start to hold the machine slightly, and then it'll still slide on there a little bit. So yeah, okay. There we go. Generally, these are supposed to just go as far onto that pair of hinges as they can, but as the case gets a little bit settled in or gets old, like this one, you can adjust for the gap. Now, to hold this is the challenging part on these. I'm going to hold the machine up when you do this, because if you let it drop all the way back, like I had it when I was putting it on the hinges. It pulls out of them a little bit. And if I'd been smart, I would have had something to prop that machine up with instead of having to hold it. But there. It's back in the case now. And somewhere over here was where this screw for this tab was. However, I cannot feel the old hole, so I'm just going to pick a good spot for it to go. And I think I'm going to have to, oh, that works, okay. Let's see if this will work, or if I need to go get my drill and nope, I would like to go get my drill and pre-drill that hole. So, go pre-drill that hole and put that in, probably off camera. And then the last thing will be I think the last thing will be to test sew with this, because this tray just fits in the end here like that. I'll have to clean it out and clean that out because it's filthy. There's a grommet here that sits in the back of the machine for wiring, but that doesn't do anything when it's set up in this case because the wiring all just attaches on the motor. See, it attaches on the motor and it goes out. So this grommet sits in here, sits in that hole for if this was a cabinet mounted machine. So I'll stick that in, but it's not going to do anything. So I need to just get a drill and drill that, and then the next video is just going to be test sewing with this, and it'll be done. So, awesome.